You all right, Frank? How you doing?
I can't complain. What about you?
Very good, thank you.
Right.
I'm into all the old fighters going way back to the 20s, like your Harry Grebs.
Right, go
I
on.
like giving these guys exposure because they never really.
I'm not that old. I went there seeing them. Go on.
Are there any of those old boys that sort of stand out to you that never really get a look in? Some amazing stories.
Well, it's like they're eras and generations, aren't they? I mean, fighters for me that I never see him live, but footage I've seen of Sugar Ray Robinson.
Yeah.
I'd love to have seen him at his best.
Yeah.
And these guys fought sometimes twice a month. You know, the amount of fights they had, 15 rounders, referees let fights go a little bit more than they should have done, no judges back then and so forth. I'd love to have seen him. I'd love to have seen him. I'd love to have seen Joe Louis at his best. I'd love to have seen Marciano at his best. You know, it's about Harry Greb, all these guys. I'd love to have seen. I'd love to have seen Jimmy Wilde. You know, they're just, they're fighters that evoke history, aren't they? They're part of boxing history.
Yeah,
of course, I'd like to have seen.
There's a great story about Greb when he boxed Mickey Walker over 15 or 20 rounds, blind in one eye. 2 weeks later, he boxed Maxi Rosenbloom, two divisions above.
I'm not sure, and that's what they did. I'm not sure what it was. I know Ray Robinson fought. It may have been Bobo also. Don't hold me to it. I don't want people writing his name, but he had a very important fight that went 15-round war, and they made a rematch, and they had it 3 weeks later. And in between, he had a 10-rounder.
It's nuts, isn't it? It's nuts. And I think he lost once in that streak, like 120 odd fights.
Unbelievable, yeah.
When we look at Fury, when we look back in 30, 40 years, we look at Larry Holmes' jab, Joe Frazier the left hook. How will we look at Fury in that regard? What will be his standout, do you think?
That, the chin, recuperative powers. You know, a good chin, like Larry Holmes, who you mentioned, one of my favourite fighters, great jab. He'd get off the floor, he'd go down. A good chin is getting off the floor. You're taking it, and that's what ties it. Great boxing skills, and doing it and going on the road. All these championship fights, all the big fights that mattered, were never in his own country.
Yeah, it's funny you say Larry Holmes because I always remember that right hand against Ernie Shavers, and when I saw
what a fight,
yeah, mate, and Tim Witherspoon as well. I think that because I was going to say recuperative abilities, I think his adaptability as well.
Yeah.
When you look at the Klitschko performance and then the Wilder 2 performance, have you ever seen a fighter that goes into the ring with just such different styles so effectively?
What he is, he's adaptable. You can go in there. He's got a plan A and a plan B and a plan C if needed. He's a very smart boxer, and he uses his physical attributes. His physical attributes are his jab, his speed. For a guy who doesn't look so athletic, he's very athletic. He's got great footwork, hand speed, head movement. But what he has got is that.
Yeah.
He's a fighting man. He's got a big heart.
And I think one of the most overlooked aspects to him is his historical knowledge. Sometimes he plays it down a bit.
Yeah. No, he's a smart guy. Don't worry about that. He's a boxing encyclopedia.
Have you ever chatted with him? Because I've seen him recite every heavyweight champion from John L. Sullivan to himself.
Knows them all.
Yeah.
He's a boxing encyclopedia.
And I won't keep you for long. I just want to say, if you were going to name 5 great fighters, the greatest of all time, going all the way back, who would be your stand? Not necessarily fighters. Yeah, fighters, boxers, yeah.
It's difficult. The best fighter I see in my lifetime live was Leonard, Sugar Ray Leonard.
Yeah.
I see. Robinson, I never see him, but I've got to put him there. Muhammad Ali, unbelievable fighter. I loved watching Carlos Monzon. With one of the best jabs
Never gets mentioned
ever.
these days.
No, great fighter. Argentinian. Bloody hell, there's so many great fighters, Larry Holmes, I love watching him. Sonny Liston was a much better fighter than people give him credit for. He's a great heavyweight.
He cleared because the heavyweight division was different back then. There was only one champion. He cleared every contender, the only fella.
All of them, and he was an old man.
Yeah.
Come out of prison, he was an old guy.
Yeah. Oh, mate, I could talk to you for hours, but I know you're busy. I really appreciate it.
Not at all. Pleasure. Good
Thank
man.
you very
God
much.
bless.
Cheers, mate. Top man.
And you.